Good afternoon, by the by.
Yeah, good afternoon.
No one person can be a sword master by themselves. They always have to have an opponent to kind of like fight against, to kind of measure out where they're at. Clubs kind of allow that. Traditionally, at its fundamental is exploring the art of sword fighting through historical sources. However, that has started to evolve and change as more clubs develop. Now you can have clubs that just want to focus on competition and the training and the sportification of HEMA in that sense, while you have a lot of clubs that just want to really go deep dive into the sources, kind of study and understand the history behind how certain techniques were done or the time period in which these fencing masters lived. It becomes almost like an infinite cycle of practice and play and kind of figuring out what it is that your club can do. But all that is possible through a fencing club and through having a collective group of people that are willing to go through that process with you.
People who are 18 are interested in this. People who are like 60 are interested in doing HEMA. It's just so much more fun to like experiment and refine with people you like know and trust. Very easy and fast to know and trust the people of Philadelphia Comet Fencers back then and including to today, even more so. Usually the way that our club works is that we have blocks that are focused to specific weapons. Longsword is the longest because it's the most popular weapon in HEMA. But then we have a side sword and then rapier as well. But as we transition to the next block, we have this intermission that we usually set aside. It could either be a free sparring day or it could be the scenario day, which is essentially using HEMA as a way to simulate a context that the masters would be like preparing somebody for. Like there's like dueling implements where it's like using seconds that are going to confirm weapons, and there's others where there's like a scene where it's like defending a cargo, like a carriage situation. Adding that extra fun layer of it's not just 1v1, but like what's the safest way we can do like the melee style, multiple combatants, a little bit of chaos, while still maintaining that safety at the same time. That's a day for us to kind of explore that.
Working with a club is super important. It shows you that you're not alone in this. The books themselves can be very archaic and very daunting as a task to tackle on by yourself. It also shows that everyone has a lot to learn together. It also helps kind of like minimize some of the misconceptions and kind of calibrate, because if they come into sword fighting, they usually come from either anime or stage combat, like what you see on like Hollywood and stuff, and they want to just do that right from the jump. And that's not really what HEMA is, or how you really do things with the sword from how we see it. Now, again, no diss to stage combat or lightsaber combat or anything else in that sense, because there are avenues for that. Yeah, so we do have loaner gear. At first, we tend to do steel swords, so that way everyone can like get that shock and awe out of like, okay, you're holding off the sword, understanding that it's not a sharp sword, it's very flexible, kind of going through the safety parameters of it so they can get comfortable with using the steel sword. Once we start getting to a point where we're going to transition them into working with someone else, we will provide like mask and gloves. And if they want to continue moving forward and like joining the group, we would ask them to buy their own mask and gloves and just start selling for them to buy their own equipment. And foam's open for everyone. Like there's plenty of times where even our senior students don't want to go into full gear, so they'll just put on foam and work to the exact same class with foam. Almost everything works exactly the same. What we didn't do last time,
we don't want a curriculum that's like only addressed towards advanced fencers or only addressed towards beginning fencers, but still has something of worth for both of those extremes and everywhere in between. You'll see here an overabundance of people that want to share. You never have to rush to do your own research because they love to share their own perspective. They love to share their stories. They love to share their gear and equipment that they sanitize. They just love to kind of like give you what they have experienced in their whole entire time here. So it's like, it's a great tool if you're an extrovert or introvert to just be in this space where there's so many giving people.
So even if we may have differences of opinions in certain point of text, we try to generally be good, warm, and welcoming people to each other so that it can create that general community as a whole.
We've been told by the people that our club is like kind of laid back, and I'm not in an offense to that at all. I think I want to make a space where you feel like relaxed and it's easy to come here and show your art.
Find your niche. Find your aspect of HEMA that you want to do. If it's going to be competition, if it's going to be the more historical study side, no matter what aspect of HEMA you want to be in, there's something here for you. Now it's a question of finding it or building it. But again, having a community there, having people that you can bounce things off of, it makes everything better.
Because I've made some of the most smart people in my life for that simple reason of just playing with swords, but then it became so much more because there's incredible people that are attracted to this community and hobby.
Welcome to HEMA.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to discover more hobbies and visit notjustahobby.com to learn more.